What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Hi, hello, happy whatever day of the week it is for you. Good morning, good evening, I don't really know, good afternoon. We're gonna just cover all three. Guys, I'm chilling and I look like I have a collar, but it's because I'm wearing the new Speed collection from Gymshark. Not sure when it drops, but I'll let you know. And the top is super cute. I'm gonna wear it to the gym. I'm about to head to the gym. But I'm also wearing one of the training cropped sweaters that I went over in a review, last week I think? But it got really cold in here. That's all I really own is Gymshark, let's be honest. So I wanted to sit down and have another chit chat with you. Guys, I'm really enjoying these videos where we just sit down and have a little chat because I've had so many girls ask me questions lately and I feel like I can't really go into depth on I don't know, an Instagram questionnaire or something like that. And I figured, why not sit down and chat about another important topic? A topic that Michael actually brought up to me today and was like, Sab, you know, I have the best idea for you. And he was watching my last video, literally one that I posted this week. That was the 10 mistakes I made in my fitness journey. And that one was one that I had been thinking about. He's like, you know, when you go over some things, he's like, I don't really know what a macro is. He's like, for someone that's not into fitness, because he's not that into fitness, he's like, I don't know what the heck those mean. And he came out with this great idea on making a beginner's guide on fitness and working out and everything that you need to know to achieve your goals. And I was like, fantabulous. I love the idea. I'm gonna get to it right now. We're gonna plan it out because I was like, yeah, that's a great point. I didn't even know what half this was until I started researching it, so point. Also, side note, please look at my nails. I'm getting them done today. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, friends. Everyone keeps comparing them to Dexter, and I look like the crazy woman in Dexter, okay? Anywho, that is what this is going to be about. I just wanted to do a little beginner's guide because I'd never done one before. Without further ado, don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let's get started. Let's get started. I got some vanilla syrup for my coffee. Trash. Tastes like trash. Nothing ever tastes like a coffee shop, and I don't understand it. Side note, I heard pumpkin spice is back in stock at Starbucks, and you bet your bottom dollar I'm pumped about that, okay? All right, the very first one, and that is just for anything that you really want to learn, anything you want to improve on, is track your progress. Where the heck are you at, girl? Where are you at in this journey? If you haven't started it, don't you worry, but where are you at? What do you want? So you need to get familiar with how you're going to track your progress, because if you have these goals and you don't know how to achieve them and you don't even know what you're going for, it's going to be really muddy in the middle when you don't know how to get to it, okay? So I'm not saying you need to be consumed with your progress because we just chatted about that, and that doesn't help anybody when you're on a scale 24/7. But you do want to become familiar with your body when you are going into a fitness journey. Know what your goal is. Know what you are like right now and what you may want to improve on. Things like that will help you. If you become familiar with what you are right now and what you want, it'll help you down the line so much. So number one, the very first tip or toppers is going to be track your progress and how to track your progress, okay? We don't know how to half the time. You can use a body scale analyzer. I have one. It's literally a scale and it can track my weight, my body fat percentage, my water weight. The first time I ever bought one was literally last year, and I'd say it comes in handy if my goal is to lose a certain body fat percentage. But it doesn't have to be a scale to track your progress. It could also be progress photos. So if you want to take a photo of now and then take a photo from a month and then take a photo again in 2 months, that's also a great way to track your progress. You do not have to have a number on the scale to track any kind of progress. Literally, you could just have your jean size, how you feel in the mirror. It's completely up to you and how you want to track your progress, okay? That goes into my next point, friends, and that is set your goal. What is your goal in this fitness journey? How the heck are you gonna achieve it? What kind of goal is it? Is it, like I said, where you want to lose weight or lose body fat percentage or tone your legs? It completely depends on what your goal is. There is no right or wrong answer for anyone's fitness journey, anyone's fitness goal. Literally, whatever your goal is, set that goal. Plus, it doesn't even have to be a physical goal. It could also be a mental goal. Maybe you're trying to work out 5 days a week and right now you're only doing 3 days. All right. I'm gonna give you a little secret on how I set my goals, okay? This is mind-blowing when I first discovered it. It is so helpful because you can't just set a goal. You know, like New Year's resolutions, and people are like, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds. Do you like that weird accent that I just did? Then you're like, well, how are you gonna lose 10 pounds? And a lot of times they don't know how to lose 10 pounds. So then after a week, they start going to the gym and then they give up because they're like, I don't actually know what I'm doing. So have no fear. There's 3 ways I break it down, okay? You're gonna have your main goal. Let's give an example of I want to lose 5 pounds. Boom, right there. Main goal is I want to lose 5 pounds. All right, cool. How are you gonna execute that? What do you need to do? What do you need to change in your diet or your routine, whatever it may be, to lose those 5 pounds, okay? So then we go into the sub goals and hypothetically say, increase your cardio. For my body, if I increase my cardio, I will shed weight. And that is just personally my own body. I'm not saying that's the only way to lose weight. I'm just giving an example, okay? Say, increase your cardio. You know that you have to increase your cardio in order to achieve those goals. And in order to lose weight, you must eat in a deficit, plain and simple. What is a deficit? It basically means you're burning more calories than you're consuming. So that could be increasing your cardio, and that means you're gonna be burning more calories than what you are consuming during the day. And eating in a deficit doesn't mean you starve yourself. No. It just may be you're more conscious about what you're eating, or maybe you're more strategic with your meals. Maybe you're not eating something that's so fattening or high in calories. Maybe you're more strategic about it. So those are our 2 little sub goals on how to lose 5 pounds. Then how the heck are you gonna do that? Because you can just say it, and then you're like, well, what do I do? What kind of cardio do I do? That's where the last part of it, the lowest tier of the goals, the sub goals is you need to know what cardio are you going to be doing. For me, when I need to lose weight, I know your girl will be getting on a treadmill and doing 15-minute sprints 3 days a week, okay? It totally depends on your body. I'm not saying you have to do sprints. You can do a certain cardio that you want to do. Whether you know HIIT, high intensity interval training, will help you burn more calories, or if it's going for a jog, I don't even know. But you need to know what kind of cardio and how many times a week are you doing it. That's the little low goal, okay? Then, how are you gonna eat in a deficit? What are you going to consume? That may mean that you're just going to need to meal prep or meal plan out ahead of time. That way you're not going to be consuming it on the go at Jack in the Box. You know, have no time to make meals, so you're gonna go to McDonald's. Like, how can you prep it so it makes it easier for you to eat in a deficit and choose those healthier alternatives? So, I hope that 3-tier of goals helps you, because that is the easiest way I set my goals. I will literally write it down in a planner and say, this is my goal for next week. How the heck am I gonna achieve it? And you gotta just break it down as much as you can. You could even go further, and in the meal prep, write out what kind of food you're eating, or plan out in the calendar what days you're actually doing the cardio. The list goes on, my friend. One of the most important things in the beginning of your fitness journey is how the heck are you gonna set this goal and how are you gonna achieve it? Which also means that the goal needs to be achievable. You cannot say, I wanna lose 10 pounds in a month, because guys, that is so incredibly difficult. I mean, it totally depends on who you are, what your body type is, but I'm just saying that for me, I could not lose 10 pounds in a month without doing drastic measures. So make it achievable. Also know what your body can handle, because if you set yourself up for failure, you're gonna get discouraged halfway through the goal and just plain and simple give up. All right, let's move in to some healthy eating tips, some healthy eating terms. What the heck does a macro mean? What does whole foods versus processed foods mean? What is a macronutrient truly? Let me help you if you don't know. You can also always research this online. That is what's so cool about us having access to the internet. I mean, imagine being 20 at our parents' age. Like, I don't know if there was computers back then, but it would be difficult. You'd have to go to a library, okay? I like libraries, but you get what I'm saying. You didn't have it at the touch of a fingertip if you were wondering what a macronutrient is. So when people in general talk about consuming their macros, that means they're macronutrients. Macros can mean a ton of different things. Macronutrients are made up of 3 things. Fats, great example of fats would be something like nuts and oils, etc. Then we also have protein, which could be where our poultry plays a part. But if you're vegetarian or vegan, there's tons of protein. There's protein in cashews, did you know that? There's also protein in lentils, certain things, tofu, that would be protein. That's what's really going to build your muscles. And then there's carbohydrates. That's going to fuel your muscles, give you energy. Carbohydrates could be a ton of different things. There's literally like like carbs and everything almost. But a lot of the times people are thinking of pasta, potatoes, things like that, okay, starches. Your body needs all three nutrients to make a healthy, balanced diet. When we talk about this also and say, oh, I'm getting my certain amount of macros, most of the time they're either counting their macros, which means they have a calculator dependent on their weight and their goals that they want to achieve. And there's a ton of macro calculators online. I can definitely link a few down in the description. You can even get certain apps like MyFitnessPal, but I personally don't count my macros. I eat intuitively, which means I have a good rule of thumb, a good sense of my fats, carbs, and protein that I do need to consume daily, but it would probably help if I counted my macros. That is always a great way to help your fitness journey, is making sure that you have all three components. And they're all not easily balanced. You may need more protein than carbs, more fats than carbs, I don't know, but I'm just giving it as a great example. People also tend to talk about they may need 50% of carbs, which makes up 20 grams of protein. This is completely hypothetical, but when they talk about the grams, it's really easy to see what kind of carbs, what kind of fats and proteins are in your meals. All you really have to do is either Google it, or if you have a certain app like MyFitnessPal, there's tons of different apps online. I'm sure if you research it more, they could help, but they tend to tell you what kind of grams is in each serving. So say you're having pasta and it's full of 15 grams, then you could calculate it in your app and enter it for your daily intake of grams. And in all the times, if you're like, Savannah, I mean avocado, there's no nutrient information on the back of that. No worries, just Google it or use one of those apps and you could say, I'm using a fourth of an avocado. I'm not saying that you need to count your macros or track your diet in general to achieve your goals, because I don't think you have to do that. But if you are starting out, it could help you, because a lot of the times you don't realize how much of each macronutrient you're consuming. So maybe you're eating a ton of fats. Maybe you love nuts like me and you're eating so many fats and you may not be getting as much protein as needed. That could also hinder you in your progress and your fitness goals. When I first started out, I counted my macros for a solid month just so I could understand the importance of needing all three in a day. Moving on into another term, okay? And that is, Savannah, when you talk about whole foods versus processed foods, what do you really mean? I got you, girls. I got you. So, whole foods is basically processed or refined as little as possible. Really what I mean by this is no one has genetically modified. Humans have not really touched it. It comes from the ground. I try to think of with the earth, I don't even know. It is really hard now to find things that aren't processed. So when I talk about whole foods, you could be having fruits and vegetables, things that aren't as processed. You could be getting certain pastas that maybe don't have as many chemicals and ingredients added in, except for whatever their core makeup was. It's always really helpful to go on the back of a nutrient box and see what was added in, because you could have something like peanut butter and you could just think it's peanuts and salt, but then you're reading everything that's actually made into it. There could be a ton of crazy ingredients that you can't even pronounce. Rule of thumb, if you can't pronounce the ingredient, it may not be the best for you. That leads me into processed foods. Processed foods is something that is genetically modified to be changed in general by humans. Maybe they changed it to preserve it longer. That is a huge thing. Think of ding dongs, or what is it, Twinkies? Those are like the definition of processed foods, because like all the ingredients, they're made for it to be preserved like 20 years. Isn't there something crazy with Twinkies that like they're still good for like 20 years after or something like that? I'm not saying that you can't have any processed foods, because some of them are quite tasty, but everything is good in moderation. I feel like there's a good balance if you're trying to have a healthy lifestyle, but in the end, the reason why I try to eat more of a whole foods based diet is because of all those added chemicals that are in processed foods tend to destroy my gut and my gut health. So a great way is to clean up your diet. Maybe take a look at what is in your cupboards. How much of it is actually processed? Look on the back and see what kind of ingredients are added into it. You could always work on cleaning up your diet And I'm not saying there's any right or wrong diet at all. Everyone has their own opinions and their different preferences, but maybe just research what would work best for you. Also, a great way to research what kind of diet you do want, just looking it up online. Guys, I tell you, the internet's amazing. When I first got into my fitness journey, my very first person that inspired me to eat more of a whole foods based diet was Sarah's Day. She changed into having more of a whole foods based diet where things weren't as processed, and it ended up improving not only her gut health, also giving her energy for training and helping her achieve her fitness goals. All right, enough talk about food, okay? Let's talk about what the heck is a workout split. A lot of people ask me, like, Sav, what are you talking about when you're talking about workout split? Like, what are you splitting up? I got you. Basically, a workout split is going to be your training for the week. Whether that is focusing on certain muscle groups, weightlifting, or maybe doing cardio, whatever your workout split is what you plan to have as your workout routine for that week. A great way to plan out a workout split is researching it online. It's always great to hit certain muscles on different days. An example of this would be Monday for me is leg day. Tuesday for me is shoulder day. Wednesday for me is glute day. So I'm always focusing on different muscles each day. And the reason why is if you're only focusing on leg day, I have a lot of girls that actually tell me, hey, I only do legs at the gym because I want a booty, which I totally understand. But if you're over exercising that muscle, it's not going to bounce back. It's not going to grow. It's going to be too fatigued. So just keep that in mind, is always give your muscles a break, which is why a lot of people split up their muscle groups to each day. There's tons of different resources online. I have workouts on my Instagram and on YouTube for each muscle group as well. It really depends on what you want to train. I train legs 3 days a week and upper body 2 days a week. I'm not saying that's the best for everybody. I'm just saying it's worked best for my own body. But a great way is just to research online, or maybe know what you tend to struggle with. I struggle to activate my glute, which is why I try to focus on it 3 days a week. And in between those 3 days, I am letting my muscles rest and I'm doing upper body instead. So friends, let me know if you find a workout split after this. Let me know if this helps. Which also leads me into the next point, which is find out a workout routine that works best for you, a training program that works best for you. I think trial and error is best, and also knowing your strengths and weaknesses in your muscles and your body will help you the most. There is literally no right or wrong way in how you want to train or how the way you want to work out. It's completely up to your body, what you're comfortable with, and how the heck you're gonna achieve that goal. Moving into patience equals progress, or progress equals patience. It could really be interchangeable, if you know what I'm saying. But I feel like a lot of people tend to, when they're first starting out with their fitness journey, give up after a certain amount of time that they're not seeing change. Whether it's a week, a day, or even a month, your body takes time. Nothing worth having is instant. Your body is not going to change overnight, and you have to just plain and simple accept that. The sooner you accept that, the more easier it is to love your body and accept this process is going to be a longer road than you expect. When people say, I need to lose weight for this event that's in a week, you're like, what? Like, you're gonna gain it back because it's probably just gonna be water weight or something like that. So just keep in mind that just because you're not seeing progress and it's only been a month, which seems long, trust me, it seems long, I promise you it will start to show. You just have to be patient with yourself and the progress will come. Which also means to enjoy things in moderation, because it's not realistic for you to be slaving away for 4 months and not have a freaking cookie if you want. Always enjoy life still, because at the end of the day, you're living your life and you only have one life, so you should enjoy things. Don't give up if you have a binge day. Don't give up if you go drinking with your friends. Don't give up in general. It's okay to have that. Doesn't mean you lost all your progress. Literally, your body does not change that quickly. It doesn't gain weight that quickly if it took that long to even put muscle on. Last but not least, how can you create healthy habits? I think this is so important to still focus on in your life. I'm literally going to be making a vlog about these healthy habits that I'm trying to work on in my own life, because you need foundation. When you're working towards a fitness goal, you need some foundations to change your lifestyle. Whether that is changing up your diet, maybe consuming more water, going to bed at a decent time, maybe having more of a morning routine, because you need those healthy habits to keep you motivated throughout the day. Well guys, I hope you liked this little sit down chit chat. I hope this helped. Please comment down below if you enjoyed it. I love chatting with you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.